Have you ever wondered why, even though you've signed up for so many English courses, you still struggle to speak English? Well, the secret isn't to take more courses or even to memorize grammar. The secret is creating a fluency lifestyle. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can make English part of your daily life in a way that makes it feel natural. Hello there, I'm Taylah Obinga-Crofi, English fluency strategist here in Atlanta, Georgia. So first, let's talk about this. Learning English through a course rather than acquiring it through your daily life. These are not the same thing. In general, when you're taking an English course, you're actually learning about English. You're learning about the English rules. The teacher is giving you explanations. You're doing a few exercises for application. But when you acquire English, this means that you are learning through it. You are exposed to real conversations, natural expressions, and everyday contexts. That's actually how babies learn their first language, not through grammar rules, but through constant exposure. So don't get me wrong, courses are amazing. They give you structure and clarity. But fluency comes from constant exposure. It comes through living the language. And that's what a fluency lifestyle is all about. Turning English from something that you study to something that you do. In second language research, Stephen Krashen makes a clear distinction between learning a language and acquiring it. He says that we acquire a language through lots of comprehensible input. These are understandable messages that are just a little bit higher than our current level. So, in other words, your brain grows in English when you understand interesting things in English, not just when you memorize rules. Traditional courses focus more on learning, grammar explanations, tests, exercises, and those things can be very useful in giving you confidence and clarity. But Krashen argues that those things should be ways that you monitor clarity, that you monitor accuracy of your English, but they're not the main thing that make you fluent. However, when you are acquiring English, you are using it just to live your life. Listening to stories, reading, having real conversations, and engaging in content that you care about. That kind of rich, meaningful input over time will lead you to fluency. So the real question isn't English course or lifestyle. No, they're both great. English courses give you clarity, but making English a lifestyle is where the information leaves the notebook and actually goes into your brain, and thus into your actual everyday life. Now, to build that fluency lifestyle, we need to talk about two key things: input and output. Input is everything that you receive in English, things you listen to and things that you read. Krashen's input hypothesis says that you need lots of understandable input in order to build the essential eternal system of your language. Studies show that large amounts of meaningful listening and reading lead to vocabulary growth and better overall proficiency. Now, Swain argues about comprehensible output. Just understanding English is not enough. You also need to be pushed to produce the language. That's speaking and writing. And why is this? Because as you are speaking and writing, you're able to visually or audibly see what you need to change. You notice the gaps in your English and you're able to make adjustments, oftentimes accordingly to the grammar rules that you've learned. So a good English course is one that helps you to balance meaningful English with accuracy. Input fills your brain with patterns. Output trains your brain to pull those patterns out quickly. Honestly, you need both if you want to speak and understand English confidently. So here are 5 research-backed ways to build your fluency lifestyle in English. Number 1, lots of comprehensible input. Change your phone to English. Listen to content that you like in English, podcasts, YouTube videos. Also, it's important to make sure that when you're listening to English, that it's just a little bit trickier than you normally would feel comfortable listening to. You understand most of it, but some of it is a little challenging. That's the perfect sweet spot. Because you don't need to understand everything, you need to enjoy the message. Over time, this will help your vocabulary to grow. And here's a little hack. When you're looking for videos in English, why don't you search the name in English? Don't use Portuguese or whatever your first language is. Don't use that language to search videos. Use English to search the videos. For example, if I like hair videos, I'm not going to type penteados em inglês. No, I'm just going to write hairstyle video or daily hair routine. Number 2, shadowing to connect your listening to your speaking. Shadowing means listening to short bits of audio and repeating out loud what you hear. Researcher Yohamada says that shadowing can increase your listening skills, your pronunciation skills, and your speed and processing. It activates your working memory and gets your brain really hyper-focused on individual sounds and rhythms. Take whatever video you'd like, listen to about 1 minute of it, and then play it again, trying to speak with the person in the video. It's not about being perfect, it's about training your brain to keep up. Okay, number 3, turn your everyday routines into English routines. Pollination talks about fluency development, where you use easy language in order to create automation. For example, watch a simple video right before bed and then retell what you understood. With this tip, you're not necessarily trying to learn something new every single time, but you are reinforcing what you already know and making it become more automatic in your mind. So try to tie English to your everyday habits, having breakfast, taking a shower, driving to work, lying in bed. This way, practice turns into autopilot. Number 4, join real conversation spaces. Lantoff and Thorne argue that we develop fluency through social collaboration. When you join live classes or conversation clubs, you aren't just practicing, you're co-constructing language together with other people. When you're pushed to express real language to real people, this pushes you also to notice different things in your language and to stretch what you know. This isn't embarrassing, this is essential for your growth. Talking in your head is great, but if you're only talking in your head, then your English only stays in your head. Community and conversation push your English into the real world. That's why I have my English Confidence Club. This is a space that I've curated for people to practice real English around real world topics. Go to the link in the description for more information. Number 5, journal and think aloud in English. When you write or speak privately, you're turning your inner speech into practice. Sociocultural theory suggests that language used in social interactions eventually becomes internal speech, and this will shape the way we think, aka we start to think in English. So what can you do to reinforce this? Start journaling in English. Start recording voice notes in English. Start narrating your day. This way, you're training your brain to start to use English as a tool for thinking. So what can you do today? Right before you go to bed, take out your journal and write 5 to 10 lines about things that have happened today. Eventually, English will stop being a subject in school and will start to become the way you think. And so, to build a fluency lifestyle, you just need consistent input that you understand and regular output that pushes you every single day. And you need habits that bring English into your everyday life. If you want a place where all of this is structured for you, then come join my English Confidence Club. The information is down below. Let's make English part of your lifestyle. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and comment down below. What was your favorite tip from today? While you're still here, I encourage you to check out this next video right here. Okay, bye!